Welcome to Out the Box by Gymbox. My name is Eleonora and today I am at the citizenM's rooftop bar Cloud M. This is one class of our series available only at citizenM's hotel rooms around the globe. I will be guiding you through 45 minutes Vinyasa Flow class. It's an open level class. I will give you options to modify if you need to and also to challenge yourself, right? So you don't need any props for this class. And we'll start in a lying position on your back. So make your way onto your back, bring your feet together, knees to the sides. So this pose is called Supta Baddha Konasana, like butterfly shape with your legs. And bring your hands onto your body wherever it feels comfortable for you, closing your eyes. And before we start the physical practice, taking a moment here to arrive in the space of the practice with your eyes closed. Just gently scanning your body. How do I feel right now? Noticing maybe any sensations, any tightness, anything specific, without any judgments, without any expectations, how it should be. Just really with a sense of curiosity. And every time we show up on the mat, it's always a new beginning. It's always a new opportunity to explore. With your eyes closed, bring your attention to your sense of touch. So notice whatever is touching the ground. Your shoulders, your hips, maybe your feet touching each other. Noticing your hands touching your body. Notice the air touching your skin and the air passing through your nostrils. And from here, take a deep inhale through your nose. Open up the mouth and let it out. And one more time, take a deep inhale through your nose. Fill yourself up to the crown of your head, from the soles of your feet all the way, the sides of your waist, your shoulder blades to the crown of your head. Hold it a little bit longer. Open up the mouth and let it out. And very gently start to deepen and lengthen your inhales and your exhales. Breathing into your belly, into the diaphragm, noticing your belly expanding on your inhales and falling on your exhales. And the breath will guide us through the whole practice. If you practice, gently activating the yogic ujjayi breath, breathing in through the nose, breathing out through the nose, and creating the slight constriction at the back of your throat. And then from here, lengthen your legs, flex your feet. So we are lengthening the back sides of the legs, activating the quads, lifting the kneecaps. Interlace your fingers, turn your palms inside out. And reach your arms towards the sky. And very gently reach your arms over your head. So what you don't want to do here is to overarch your lower back. You want to release the tailbone towards your heels. So really feeling your lower back on the ground. And then extending your arms over your head, giving yourself a full body stretch. And then from here, bend your knees, bring your knees towards your chest and gently rock from side to side, massaging your spine, the muscles around your spine. And then from here, let go of your left leg. So extend your left leg on the mat, keep hold of your right knee. And then circle your right knee clockwise, anti-clockwise. And just noticing how much space do I have in my right hip joint today. And then guiding your right knee all the way to your left side into supine twist. And extend your right arm in opposition. So this will not be the biggest twist of the practice. So you're just gently allowing the body to soften breath by breath. And then from here, bring your right knee back to center. Keep hold of your right knee, take an inhale here. And as you exhale, lift your chest, lift your shoulders a couple of inches off the mat. So we are not using momentum, really moving from your core, from your center, keeping your neck long. Inhale here, and as you exhale, lift your left leg, couple of inches. Good, stay here, reach your fingertips toward your left heel, extend your right leg up towards the sky. Lower your right leg to your left leg, hold here, maybe reach your arms over your head. And then bend your knees, bring your knees toward your chest one more time. And gently rock from side to side. So we are activating the center, the core, the foundation of every pose we do on the mat. And also the foundation of our movement. Change to the other side. Extend your right leg, left knee towards your chest. And then circle your left knee clockwise, anti-clockwise. And maybe noticing any difference to the first side. So one side is always a little bit more open, more flexible. Guide your left knee all the way to your right side. Extend your left arm to your left. And then bring your left knee back to center. Keep hold of your left knee. Inhale here. As you exhale, lift your chest, couple of inches off the mat. Good. From here, lift your right leg a couple of inches. Reach your fingertips toward your right heel. Extend your left leg up towards the sky. Lower your left leg to your right leg. Hold here. Maybe reach your arms over your head. One more breath. And then bend your knees, bring your knees toward your chest. And this time, rock up and down a couple of times. If this feels good for your spine, otherwise you can also just roll to one side, make your way up into a seated position. Cross your ankles, roll over your ankles, or just bring your legs to one side, make your way into tabletop. And in your tabletop position, your shoulders over your wrists, your hips above your knees. So you want to spread your fingers really wide. Index finger, middle finger pointing to the front edge of the mat. Rooting down through each and every finger knuckle. Softness in your elbows, activating the biceps and triceps. And then from here, a couple of circles with your shoulders over your wrists. So just warming up the wrists, clockwise, anti-clockwise. Great. And then come back to stillness, tabletop position. Couple of rounds of cat and cow, warming up the whole spine. On your inhale, drop your belly, bring your chest bone forward. Your head, neck follows the movement of the spine. So really extending the whole front side of your body, lengthening and stretching those abdominal muscles as you exhale, round your back, tailbone towards your belly, chin to chest. Spreading your shoulder blades a little bit wider. Good, couple more times like that. Inhale, lift and lengthen. And as you exhale, round, maybe closing your eyes, really noticing each and every part of your spine. So really noticing each and every vertebra moving. One last time, inhale, lift and lengthen, synchronizing the breath to the movement. And as you exhale, round. Great. And then from here, find your long spine so we are not arching nor tucking. Tuck your left toes, extend your left leg all the way back. Lift your left leg from the inner thigh, just hip height. So we don't want to overarch the lower back. You want to bring that navel towards the spine. Press your left heel into imaginary wall behind you. Bring your right hand onto your fingertips, extend your right arm in front of you. So your palm is facing towards your left side like you're shaking someone's hand. Holding here, find your balance. Softness in your left elbow. One more breath, and then lower your right hand down, left shin onto your mat, couple of hip circles. And then change to the other side. Tuck your right toes, extend your right leg all the way back. Lift your right leg from the inner thigh, hip height. Left hand onto your fingertips, extend your left arm in front of you. So really extending in opposition, so we are activating all the muscles around the spine. So the back muscles, all those muscles are part of your core. One more breath, and then lower your left hand onto your mat, right shin onto your mat, couple of hip circles. Great. From tabletop position, walk your hands a couple of inches forward, setting up for downward facing dog. Tuck your toes, lift your knees, lift your hips into inverted V shape with your body. Maybe put a slight bend in your knees, so you want to prioritize the length in your spine. And your ears somewhere in between your upper arms. Downward facing dog is the first inversion of the practice, which means your heart is higher than the head. So we are reversing the blood flow, the circulation, which is really nourishing for the nervous system. From downward facing dog, on your inhale, shift your weight into high plank position. High plank, shoulders over your wrists. You press your heels into your imaginary wall behind you, lifting the quads, lifting the kneecaps, resisting the ground. And then from here, lift back up, downward facing dog. Good. One more time like that with your breath. Inhale, shift your weight into high plank position. Hold your plank, strong plank. And as you exhale, downward facing dog. Great. From downward facing dog, on your inhale, lift your right leg behind you, three-legged dog. Then you rotate your right hip open. So the rotation happens in your right hip joint. Right, so like we just did in this lying position. So trying not to collapse into the left side, keeping the shoulders really even. From here, square your hips back towards the mat, extend your right leg all the way back, three-legged dog. Bring your right knee to your forehead, shoulders over your wrists. And extend it back, three-legged dog. One more time, right knee to your forehead. Look in between your hands. As lightly as you can, step your foot in between your hands. Lower your left knee onto your mat, untuck your toes. On your inhale, come up into low lunge position, Anjaneyasana. Good, so noticing here we don't want to over lunge. So releasing the tailbone towards your ground. So we are stretching the front of the left leg. So your hip flexor psoas muscles that are usually quite tight, especially if we spend a lot of time in a seated position. And then from here, catch your left wrist with your right hand. Inhale, lengthen first, and as you exhale, stretch to your right side. And then on your inhale, come all the way back to center, reach and maybe gently look up, play with balance. As you exhale, lower your left hand onto your mat. Maybe stay here, maybe tuck your left toes, lift your left knee off the mat. Rooting down for your left hand, at the same time reaching up with your right fingertips. One more breath. And then lower your right hand onto your mat. Good. From here, draw the right hip back, left hip forward. Reach your fingertips toward your left heel like we just did in the lying position. Activating the core. Reach your arms over your heads. And with a long spine, rise all the way up to standing into crescent lunge position. So going a little bit deeper into the hip flexors. Good. And just pausing here for a couple of moments, maybe putting a slight bend in your left knee. One more breath, maybe gently looking up, press your palms. As you exhale, hands onto your mat. Step your right foot back, high plank position. From here, lower your knees onto your mat. Draw the elbows in and back, lower down halfway. Inhale, come back up, high plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Second side on your inhale, lift your left leg behind you, your three-legged dog. Bend the knee, rotate your left hip open. Same here. Try not to collapse into the right side. Square the hips back to your stomach. Extend your left leg all the way back. Bring your left knee to your forehead. And extend it back, three-legged dog. One more time, left knee to your forehead. So look in between your hands and step your foot in between your hands. Lower your right knee onto your mat. Untuck your toes. Inhale, come up into low lunge, second side. Catch your right wrist with your left hand. So just making sure your palm is facing towards your left side so we keep the external rotation in the upper arm. On your inhale, lengthen your spine, and as you exhale, stretch to your left side. And then on your inhale, come all the way back up. Lengthen. One more time. And as you exhale, lower your right hand onto your mat, left arm up, easy twist. Maybe stay here, maybe tuck your right toes, lift your right knee off the mat. And really spreading those shoulder blades a little bit wider. One more breath. Lower your left hand onto your mat. Draw the left hip back, right hip forward. Activating the core. Reach the fingertips toward your right heel. Reach your arms over your head. And with a long spine, rise all the way up to standing into crescent lunge. Pausing here for a couple of moments. Strengthening the legs. Lengthening your spine. Feeling this energy in your fingertips. One more breath. And as you exhale, hands onto your mat. Step your left foot back, high plank. Your choice. You can drop your knees or not. Lower down halfway. Shift your weight forward. Draw the elbows in and back. Lower down chaturanga. And lower all the way down onto your mat. From here, untuck your toes. Hands underneath your shoulders. On your inhale, lift your chest. Press your toes into the mat into cobra pose. So feeling the lower back muscles. Really activating. Keeping your neck long. So we are leading with the crown of your head, not with your chin. So you look down slightly. As you exhale, lower down. Stick to cobra. It's a little bit kind of for your lower back. Or walk your hands back for upward facing dog. Elbows above your wrists. On your inhale, lift your chest, your thighs, your knees off the mat. Upward facing dog. Hug the outer ankles in. Strong legs. Shoulders over your wrists. Softness in your elbows. And then from your core, slowly lift back up. Downward facing dog. Take a deep inhale through your nose. Let it out. From downward facing dog, lift your heels, bend your knees, look forward to 1 foot at a time, step to the front of the mat. Inhale, half a lift, long spine, long neck. So we are using the same back muscles we just had in cobra pose. Bring your hands towards your hips, and with this long spine, rise all the way up to standing into mountain pose, Tadasana. Bring your hands to your heart center and just close your eyes for a moment. Feet can be together, or feet can be hip distance. And with your eyes closed, connecting to whatever is touching the ground. Always starting from the foundation. So rooting down through your heels, your big toe joints, spreading your toes wide, not gripping the mat, just really distributing your weight on all four corners of the feet. And at the same time, creating this length and lightness, reaching up through the crown of your head. Shoulders away from the ears, navel towards the spine, and feeling this energy on the inside of your legs. Every part of your body is present. Open your eyes. On your inhale, reach your arms towards the sky. Big circle, lengthen. As you exhale, fold. Hinge your pelvis over your front thighs. On your inhale, half a lift, long spine, long neck. So your fingertips can be on the mat, maybe resting on the sides of your shins. Place your hands onto your mat. Step back, high plank. Hold your plank on your inhale. As you exhale, knees down or not, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra pose. Choose your back bend. As you exhale, downward facing dog. And pausing here for a couple of moments. Creating this balance, the intensity, the softness, movement and stillness. From downward facing dog, at the end of your exhale, lift your heels, bend your knees, look forward, step or lightly float to the front of the mat. Inhale, half a lift. Exhale, fold. Root to rise, reach your arms towards the sky, lengthen a little bit more. As you exhale, hands to your heart center. One more round, one movement, one breath. Inhale, reach up. Urdhva Hastasana. As you exhale, fold. Uttanasana. Inhale, half a lift. Long spine, long neck. Ardha Uttanasana. Place your hands onto your mat. Step, maybe lightly float into Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. O Cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. And pausing here for a couple of moments. From downward facing dog, on your inhale, lift your right leg behind you, three-legged dog. Bring your right knee to your right elbow. And extend it back, three-legged dog. Shift your weight into a three-legged plank. So plank position, your right leg is lifted. Bring your right knee to your chest. So look in between your hands as lightly as you can. Step your foot in between your hands. Stand the ball of your left foot. On your inhale, come up into crescent lunge position. So we've been here before. As you exhale, bring your hands to your heart center. From here, we will go into a balance. We've done a little bit of prep. Shift your weight into your front leg. Lift your left leg from the inner thigh, hip height. Slowly opening your chest like we just did in Cobra pose. And then very slowly bend the standing leg. Find the ball of your left foot again, going back into crescent lunge. Clean transitions. Good. Reach your arms towards the sky. As you exhale, lower your hands onto your mat. Lower your left heel onto your mat. Align heel to arch. Bring your right forearm towards your right thigh. Left arm over your head, extended side angle. So one line from your left heel to your fingertips. And rotating your left tricep a little bit more towards your face. And keeping your right arm as light as you can, so we are not just resting, keeping the shoulders away from the ears. From here, extend your left arm up. Look down, press your heels into the mat. Come all the way up into Warrior 2. So Warrior 2, your heel to arch. Alignment front knee above the ankle, directing towards your second, third toe. Extending your arms like wings, so keeping the space between the shoulder blades. From here, flip your palms towards the sky. On your inhale, reach your arms over your head, straighten your front leg. As you exhale, rebend. Couple more like that. Inhale with your breath. Straighten. So you're not just locking the knee, you're lifting the quad, lifting the kneecap. Calf to shin. As you exhale, rebend. Good. Stay here with your legs. Flip your palms towards the sky. Bring your left arm underneath your right arm. So we are going into eagle arms. Option 1, you stay here. Option 2, 1 rep or double rep. Lifting the elbows a little bit higher so the elbows are shoulder height. Just creating a little bit more space between the shoulder blades. And then from here, release your eagle arms. Extend your arms in opposition. Flip the front palm. Reverse the warrior. Slide your left hand down. As you exhale, come back into Warrior 2. On your next inhale, straighten your front leg. Shorten your stance slightly, so step your left foot forward. Inhale, lengthen your spine. As you exhale, hinge your pelvis over your front thigh. Keeping the front leg straight, lengthening all four sides of your torso for triangle pose. Right hand down wherever it lands, left arm up towards the sky. Keeping the legs super active, holding the shape from the center. Think more about lifting up than sinking towards the ground, right? So we want to engage every part of your body. And then from here, press your heels into the mat, rise all the way up to standing. Bring your right toes in, so your toes slightly more in than your heels. Interlace your hands behind your back. Inhale, lengthen your spine, and as you exhale, fold. Shift your weight a little bit more into the balls of your feet, so even distribution in the heels and the balls. And on your inhale, half a lift, long spine, long neck. With this long spine, rise all the way up to standing. Right. From here, bring your right foot back into 12 o'clock. Step your left foot to your right foot, feet together, knees together. Bend your knees into chair pose, Utkatasana. Shift your weight into your heels. Tailbone towards the ground, reaching up through your fingertips, and then press your heels into the mat, rise all the way up to standing. Bring your hands to your heart center, back into mountain pose. Reconnect to your foundation, reconnect to your breath. And from here, on your inhale, reach your arms towards the sky. As you exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Hands onto your mat, step float, maybe make your way back into downward facing dog, so you can also skip that transition. So really always choosing quality, not quantity. Second side, from downward facing dog, on your inhale, lift your left leg behind you, three-legged dog. Bring your left knee to your left elbow and extend it back, three-legged dog. Shift your weight into a three-legged plank. Left knee to your chest and step your foot in between your hands. Stand the ball of your right foot. On your inhale, come up into crescent lunge position. As you exhale, hands to your heart center. On your next inhale, shift your weight into your front leg. Lift the right leg from the inner thigh like we just did in tabletop. Opening your chest, strong standing leg. And then from here, as slowly as you can, start bending the standing leg. Find the ball of your right foot, coming back into crescent lunge. Reach your arms towards the sky, and as you exhale, lower your hands onto your mat. Lower your right heel onto your mat, align heel to arch. Left forearm towards your left thigh, right arm over your head, extended side angle. With every inhale, you want to lengthen your spine. With every exhale, opening your chest a little bit more towards the sky. And then from here, extend your right arm up, look down, press your heels into the mat, come all the way up into your standing position, warrior two. Flip your palms towards the sky. On your inhale, reach your arms over your head, straighten your front leg. As you exhale, rebend. Two more times, inhale. And exhale. Okay, stay like that with your legs. Flip your palms towards the sky. Bring your right arm underneath your left arm. So back into those eagle arms, so you can do this option, whatever you did on the first side, one rep or double rep. And just making sure so your left knee is tracking towards your second, third toes, so you're not collapsing inwards. And then breathing into those places that are usually a little bit sticky and tight, maybe in between the shoulder blades. Release your arms, extend your arms in our position, back into warrior two. Flip the front palm, reverse the warrior, slide your right hand down. As you exhale, come back into warrior two. Inhale, straighten your front leg, shorten your stance slightly. On your next inhale, lengthen your spine. As you exhale, triangle pose. Lengthening all four sides of your torso, reach and extend. Bring your left hand towards your left chin wherever it lands, right arm up towards the sky. Same here, keeping your legs super active, keeping your core, your center super active. Good. And on your inhale, come all the way back up to standing. Bring your left toes in, so toes slightly more in than your heels. Interlace your hands behind your back. The opposite thumb on top. Inhale, lengthen your spine, and as you exhale, fold. And just noticing you don't want to lock the knees. So once again, shifting your weight a little bit more into the balls of your feet, maybe slightly bending your knees. On your inhale, halfway lift, long spine, and rise all the way up to standing. Great. From here, bring your left foot back into 12 o'clock. Step your right foot to your left foot. Feet together, knees together. Bend your knees back into chair pose. And as you exhale, this time hands to your heart center and twist to your right side. So hook your left elbow on the outside of your right thigh. And just double checking so your knees are in one line. Maybe draw the left hip back slightly. With every inhale, extending the spine. With every exhale, going a little bit deeper into the twist. Right? So we want to create the mobility in the upper part of the back, especially your thoracic spine, which is very stable, but loses the mobility sometimes. Good. On your inhale, come back into chair. As you exhale, hands to your heart center and twist to your left side. And maybe sinking the hips a little bit slower than your shoulders, and also notice, where are my hands? Are my hands in the center of the chest, right? So we want to twist from the spine, not from the arms. On your inhale, come back into chair pose one last time. As you exhale, sit a little bit slower. On your next inhale, lift the heels off the mat or off the floor. Slowly Lower your hips towards your heels, like you're sliding down the wall. Bring your hands to your heart center and just pausing here for a couple of moments. Playing with balance. I will give you options to stay here. Maybe you want to play with a forearm balance. So you've done all the prep work. From here, open your knees, place your hands onto your mat. Lift the hips, bring your knees onto your upper arms. Round your spine like we did in cat and cow. In the beginning, spreading your collarbones, spreading your shoulder blades. You lean forward, so this is where your hands become your feet. So you want to stack the elbows above your wrists. Those are your chaturanga arms. And then from here, maybe lifting one foot, so you can also just play here. Maybe both feet, maybe your toes are touching. And you are flying like a crow. From here, you can step back, you can float back, so make your way back into downward facing dog. Whatever works for you today. Okay, from downward facing dog, take a deep inhale through your nose. And as you exhale, lion's breath, take out your tongue. Let it out. Ha. From downward facing dog, on your inhale, shift your weight into high plank position. Bring your feet together, knees together like one big foot. Shift your weight onto the outer edge of the right foot, left arm up. Vashisthasana, side plank. If you need to modify, you can place your left foot in front or lower your right knee onto your mat. Make sure your right shoulder is above your right wrist and we are not locking the elbow. Using those biceps and triceps. Good. Stacking your ankles, your hips, your shoulders. So this is basically your mountain pose. From here, change to the other side. Place your left hand onto your mat and extend your right arm up towards the sky, side plank, second side. Steady breath. And then from here, lower your right hand onto your mat. Come back into your high plank. Lower your knees onto your mat into tabletop position. A little bit of rest. Walk your hands a little bit more forwards, keeping your hips above your knees. And you can rest your forehead on the mat, maybe your chest and chin. And at the same time, you want to tuck your tailbone slightly under. So we are not just overarching in the lower back. It's always protecting and supporting the lower back. Lengthening all four sides of the torso, opening the shoulders, opening the chest. And then from here, keep your forearms on the mat. Slide yourself all the way forward onto your belly. Okay. And keeping the shoulders above your elbows, Sphinx position. Palms facing down, so this is called pronation of the forearms. And then from here, actually without doing anything, imagine you're pulling the floor towards you. So you bring your chest through your upper arms, keeping the shoulders away from the ears at the same time, pressing your toes into the mat. So your legs super active, lengthening the whole front side of your body. And then from here, keep your forearms on the mat. Tuck your toes, lift your knees, lift your hips into a forearm plank. A little bit more core. Okay, one line from your heels to your hips to your shoulders, holding here. And then from here, walk your feet towards your elbows for dolphin pose. It's like down dog on your forearms. So if you need to interlace your fingers, you can do that. If you need to bend your knees slightly, you can do that as well. So really prioritizing the length in your spine, keeping your head off the mat, pressing your forearms into the ground, lifting off your shoulders. One more breath, and then lower your knees onto your mat. Big toes to touch. Extend your arms over your head for child's position. Reconnect to your breath. And if you need to stay in child's pose a little bit longer, you can do that. Otherwise, spread your fingers wide, lift the hips, tuck your toes, lift your knees back into downward facing dog. Great. From downward facing dog, lift your heels, bend your knees. Look forward, step or lightly float. Inhale, half a lift, long spine, long neck. Exhale, fold. Feet together, knees together, bend your knees back into chair pose. So we've been here before. As you exhale, hands to your heart center and then twist to your right side. Good, so we're not staying too long here. Now, from here, lift your left heel off the mat and then extend your left leg back like we just did in Warrior 3. So it's a little bit of balance and twist. Putting everything together we've done before. Slowly find the ball of your left foot so we end up in this twisted lunge position. Good. With every inhale, lengthening with every exhale, going a little bit deeper into the twist. And then from here, look down, place your hands onto your mat. Keep your left hand down, right arm up towards the sky, easy twist. So option number 1, you stay here. Option 2, transition into side plank like we just did before. Good. And then from here, if you're in the side plank, bend your right knee, bring the ball of your right foot behind your left leg, keeping your left leg straight. Reach your right arm over your head into a wild thing, so a back bend, lifting the hips, lifting the shoulders. And then from here, slowly, we are reversing the movement. Come back into side plank. Bring your right knee towards your chest. Look forward where you want to step. As lightly as you can, step your right foot to the front of the room, wherever you are. From here, place your hands onto your mat. Lower your left knee onto your mat. Untuck your toes. Lizard pose. Heel to your right foot, a little bit more to your right side. So your knees above the ankle, your toes to your clock. And then you can stay here. Maybe you want to lower onto your forearms. However, this is not as important. So really keeping the knee above the ankle is the important part. And as long as you feel the stretch, so your hip stretch, you're doing it right. So there are no less or more advanced options. And then you can stay here, or maybe bend your left knee, reach towards your left ankle, bring your heel towards your sit bone. So adding the quad stretch. And then release your ankle, place your hands onto your mat, tuck your left toes, extend your right leg all the way back. Shake it out. Step back, downward facing dog. Good, second side. Lift the heels, bend the knees, look forward, step or lightly float. Inhale halfway, exhale fold. Feet together, knees together, bend your knees, chair pose. As you exhale, hands to your heart center and twist to your left side. And then from here, shift your weight into your left foot, lift your right heel off the mat, extend your right leg all the way back. So find this single point focus, something that is not moving. This will give you the stability and strength. Very slowly, find the ball of your right foot. Make your way into this twisted lunge position. And also important, we never want to hold the breath, right? So in every position, you want to be able to breathe, like we just did in the beginning. From here, look down, place your hands onto your mat. Keep your right hand down, left arm up, easy twist. Maybe you stay here. Maybe you transition into side plank, or you choose your variation. Maybe lower the knee onto your mat. You can also do the transitions from this position. Bend your left knee, bring the ball of your left foot behind your right leg. Wild thing. And keeping your right leg strong, right? So you use the strength of the legs. You use the strength of your right arm. From here, slowly come back into your side plank. Left knee towards your chest as lightly as you can. Step your foot to the front. From here, lower your right knee onto your mat, untuck your toes, and then choose your variation. So making sure you heel to your left foot to the left side, knee above the ankle, your toes stand o'clock. And then you can lower onto your forearms. Just staying here for a couple of moments. And then if you did so on the first side, bend your right knee, reach towards your right ankle, bring your heel towards your sit bone. At the same time, so notice you don't want to be here, right? So you don't want to close the hip. You want to really lengthen. So this is like we are lengthening the backside of the left leg. So the hips at the same time, the front, the quad, the hip flexors of the right side. And then from here, release your ankle. Place your hands onto your mat. Tuck your right toes. Extend your left leg all the way back. Shake it out. Step back, downward facing dog. From downward facing dog, lower your knees onto your mat. Cross your ankles and bring your legs to one side. And then come into a seated position. Extend your legs for Navasana, boat pose. Options, your legs extended, your arms extended for full pose. If you need to bend your knees, Place your fingertips on the mat. You can do that as well. You can also rest your toes on the ground. Full pose here. As you exhale, lower down, low boat, halfway. Inhale, come back up, high boat. As you exhale, lower down, low boat. One last time, inhale up. Hold here. And then bend your knees, bring your knees towards your chest, roll all the way down onto your back. And then from here, release your knees, lower your feet onto your mat. So your feet hip distance parallel, your knees above the ankles. Releasing the tailbone to the front of the room. On your inhale, press your feet into the mat, lift the hips, lift the chest, lengthening the whole front side of your body. Interlace your hands underneath your back, roll your shoulders under to lift the chest a little bit more. So you're really opening and creating space in the upper back, thoracic spine. At the same time, strengthening the legs, so making sure the knees are not going to the sides, keeping the knees above the ankles. And then release your interlace, slowly lower all the way down onto your mat. And very gently sway your knees from side to side. Okay, one more back bend of your choice. So you can stay here if you had enough. You can do one more bridge pose, interlacing the fingers different way, so the opposite thumb on top. If you would like to go into a full back bend, I will guide you through that. So keeping your legs in the same position. Really important your knees stay above the ankles. Extend your arms towards the sky, palms facing towards each other. So we always want to keep the external rotation in the upper arms. This is the healthy place for the shoulders. From here, bend the elbows, bring your hands by your ears. So rotate your fingertips to the front of the mat. Keep your elbows above your wrists, and then from here, find the crown of your head first. Maybe readjust your elbows, and then using the strength of the legs and the arms, evenly start to lengthen the legs and the arms. So we are creating this even back bend, using the strength of the legs and the arms. So every back bend is not about using your lower back, it's more about lengthening the whole front side of your body, using the strength of your core to support the spine. Relax your head. And then from here, to exit the pose, bring your chin towards your chest. Slowly lower down onto your shoulders. And all the way down onto your mat. And bring your feet or on the ground, bring your feet a little bit wider, bring your knees to touch. Place your hands onto your body. And close your eyes for a moment. Just really noticing, how does my spine feel, especially after the back bend. I always want to check in with myself. So I'm listening. The body is very intelligent, always tells us what we need to do. Maybe we need to modify, maybe we need to step back in a physical practice, right? So when we hold the breath, this is not yoga. We want to always keep our breath as the foundation of the practice. And then from here, lengthen your left leg, bring your right knee towards your chest. Going back into supine twist, right knee to your left side, extend your right arm to your right. Same twist we did in the beginning of the practice, maybe noticing any difference, right? So feeling maybe a little bit more spacious. And in this part of the practice, letting off any muscular effort. Just allowing the breath, allowing the time, the gravity do the work for us. And then bring your right knee back to center. Change to the other side. Extend your right leg, left knee towards your chest. And twist to your right side. And just scanning your body, where do I still feel any kind of tension? Can I visualize how my breath flows into those areas? So it's always communication with our breath, with our nervous system. So we are never forcing or pushing anything. And bring your left knee back to center. From here, place your left ankle above your right knee. Bring your arms through this triangular space. Catch your right knee and direct your knee toward your right shoulder. Flex your left foot. And keeping your shoulders relaxed, your head relaxed, your neck relaxed. No rush. In your own time, change to the other side. And also noticing you want to keep your lower back on the mat, right? So we are not rounding the spine, otherwise we are losing the stretch. Flex your right foot, direct your left knee toward your left shoulder. And then release your legs. Bring your knees towards your chest one last time. Gently rock from side to side. So bring your right knee to your right armpit, left knee to your left armpit. So maybe just stay here. So we are really neutralizing the whole spine. Maybe catch the outer edges of your feet or the back sides of your knees. Happy baby pose. So you can do this variation, or if you notice your spine starts to round, you can catch the back sides of the knees. And then from here, let go of your legs, lengthen your legs for your final relaxation. Extend your legs, allow your thighs to roll open, your arms alongside your body, palms facing up towards the sky, closing your eyes. And one last time, take a deep inhale through your nose, and let it out. Letting go of the control of your breath. Allow yourself to be held by the earth. Trying not to move. Resisting the urge to fix something. Just really taking a moment here to be still. To rest. To absorb the practice. If you wish to stay in Shavasana a little bit longer, you can do that. Otherwise, very slowly start to make your way back. Start noticing sounds around you. Start bringing some life to your fingers, your toes, your ankles, your wrists. And moving your head from side to side. And bring your arms over your head. Give yourself a full body stretch, flexing your feet, pointing your toes. Bend your knees, bring your knees towards your chest, and roll to your favorite side. No rush. Take your time to transition into a comfortable seated position. Maybe still with your eyes closed, keeping the experience of the practice for yourself. Just noticing the stillness we create with our movement, with our breath. Checking in with yourself in the end of the practice. Maybe noticing any difference to your physical body, any difference to the quality of your breath. any difference to the quality of your mind. And bring your hands to your heart center. Taking a moment here to acknowledge our efforts on the mat, our commitment to growth, our commitment to show up, to create the space, the physical space, and through the physical space, the mental and emotional space. Bring your thumb knuckles to your third eye center. Thank yourself for your time, for your energy, for your commitment to be playful, to try new things, to see things from a different perspective. Namaste. Thank you for joining me today. You will find the full series of out-the-box workouts exclusively at citizenM rooms around the globe.